Good morning, children. Welcome to the science class. So, in the last class, we were studying the lesson number 9, structure and function of living organisms, animals. So, under that, we were studying the system, that is the third one, circulatory system. So, the circulatory system consists of the organs, human heart, blood vessels, and the blood. So, in the last class, we studied the structure of the human heart, the blood vessels, and the functions of the blood, children. So now just we'll recall the structure of the heart and then we'll move on to today's topic, that is the function of the human heart. So when we take up the structure of the heart, children, the heart, where it is present in the chest cavity between the two lungs, and it is protected by cardiac muscles. And the size of the heart, that is it's one's fist, our own fist. When we hold it, okay, this is one fist. So the size of my heart is my own fist. So now when we take up the structure of the heart, we have the four chambers. Okay, here we can observe the four chambers of the heart, the upper two chambers and the lower two chambers. So the upper two chambers are called as auricles and the lower two chambers are called as ventricles. The upper two chambers are called as the receiving chambers as they receive the blood, and the lower two chambers are called as ventricles as they distribute the blood. Okay, so they are called as distributing chambers. Now here you can observe that this is the right side of the heart and this is the left side of the heart, the right auricle and the right ventricle. So the right auricle, it receives the deoxygenated blood. Okay, yes, deoxygenated blood means the blood which contains carbon dioxide in it. Okay, and here the left side of the heart receives oxygenated blood. We can call this blood as impure blood also. Impure blood means it contains carbon dioxide and in it. Here we can call it as the pure blood as it contains oxygen in it. Okay, children. So after learning the four chambers of the heart, we just studied the blood vessels. So what are blood vessels? Blood vessels are the tube-like structures that are attached to the heart, okay, and they are present throughout our body, and there are three types of blood vessels. And in these blood vessels, we can observe the blood flows in these blood vessels, okay, and it reaches to all the parts of the body. Now when we take up the blood vessels, there are three types of blood vessels: arteries, veins and capillaries. So now arteries, what are these arteries? Arteries are nothing but they are elastic, thick walled, and they are present where they are present, children. They are present below, in the deep below the skin, and these carry oxygenated blood. Arteries carry oxygenated blood, and arteries, okay, arteries, they carry oxygenated blood. That means they bring the oxygenated blood to the heart. They bring the oxygenated blood to the heart. And whereas when we see the veins are they are very thin walled and they are present under the skin. And these veins, they carry what they bring the blood from different parts of the body to the heart. So they are carrying deoxygenated blood, that is the impure blood. Okay, and these arteries and veins, they are connected to each other by thin fine vessels called capillaries. Okay, after learning this, we learnt that about the blood, children. As you know that the blood, it flows throughout our body through the blood vessels, and the blood is red and it is thick fluid present in our body, and the blood is red in color due to the presence of the pigment called hemoglobin. And in this we learnt the RBCs, what are present in the blood, children? RBCs, WBCs and blood platelets. RBC, what is the full form of RBC? Red blood cells. WBC, white blood cells, and blood platelets. Okay, so RBCs help in transporting the oxygen, the food materials, and the hormones throughout the body, and and also they transport the carbon dioxide from different parts to the lungs, and from the lungs it is transported, it is thrown out of our body through the lungs, children. And WBC, they protect the body from the infections and from diseases. Okay, and the last function of the blood is to help to maintain the body, help to maintain the constant body temperature. Okay, so and blood platelets, what is the function of blood platelets? They help in clotting of blood. So this was the this we have learnt the functions of the blood, children. Now in today's class we are going to learn the function of the heart. The function of the heart. As you know that the heart, it is a pumping organ. What is the function of the heart, children? It is the pumping organ. It is the pumping organ. It pumps the blood. It pumps the blood. Okay, and this blood is carried out through the blood vessels to all the parts of the body. Okay, so now here we can observe that as it is a pumping organ, yes, and this heart, here when we see in the diagram of the human heart, children, here we can observe that in the human heart we can observe the veins are connected to the heart, the arteries are connected to the heart. When we see here you can observe this is the right auricle. Here you have to keep in your mind that the heart, it pumps the blood through contraction and relaxation. It pumps the blood through the contraction and relaxation, children, of the muscles, of the cardiac muscles that are present surrounding the heart. Contraction and relaxation of the muscles takes place. The contraction and relaxation of the muscles, the blood flows from one region to the another region. Now here what happens here, these two here you can observe these two veins. These are the veins. Okay, I told you the veins are the blood vessels which bring the blood. Okay, which bring the blood to the heart. Now here you can observe here in the upper part and then the lower part you can observe. This is the right auricle. To the right auricle these two veins are they are been fixed. Okay, they are been attached. Here you can observe this upper one is the superior vena cava. We call it as superior vena cava, and here it is the inferior vena cava. Okay, now this the upper part, the upper one which is present, that is this is vena cava, is nothing but the veins. The veins, they bring from the upper parts of the body, they bring the impure blood, that is deoxygenated blood which contains carbon dioxide gas, to the right auricle. And the inferior vena cava which is present here, okay, downwards, what it does, it brings the blood from the lower parts of the body, to the right auricle. Now I am explaining the function of the heart, how the human heart works, children. Okay, so listen carefully. Now these two veins, they bring the impure blood to the right auricle. Now when in the right auricle, as the right auricle, for example, just I'll draw here. Okay, the two veins, they bring the impure blood from the upper parts of the body to the lower parts of the body. As the blood is filled here, okay, as it is filled, what happens? Now here the walls of the right auricle, it exerts pressure. And when it exerts the pressure, what happens? They relax. They relax. So first what happens? The relaxation of the muscles takes place. The relaxation of the muscles takes place. As the relaxation of the muscles takes place, what happens? This, as it is creating the pressure here inside, okay? As it creates the pressure, here you can observe the walls are present, children. The wall is present. First it will be closed like this. Here, in this part you can observe, okay, at the entrance of the right ventricle, a wall will be present. So this valve, as the blood which is present in this right auricle, as it creates a pressure and the muscles relax, what happens? The valve, what is this valve? Valve, okay. As you will be having the valve in your tire, when you fill the air into your tire, the cycle tire, what happens? You will close the valve, okay. Why you will close the valve? So that to prevent the flow of air outside, okay. You will close it so that the air should not go out. So here what is happening here? The valve which was closed before, as it creates a pressure, it opens like this, okay. As it opens, as the valve opens, what happens? The blood starts flowing to the next, that is downwards to the right ventricle. It flows down to the right ventricle. So here you will be having tricuspid, okay. Tri means three. Tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve is present. This tricuspid valve opens. As it opens, the blood is filled in the right ventricle. So now the blood is filled in the right ventricle, children, okay. So when it is filled here, what happens? Here also what happens? Now as it is filled here also, when it is filled, what happens? The muscles of the right ventricle, they exerts a pressure on the walls of the right ventricle, and here what happens? The contraction, here the contraction of muscles takes place. The contraction means now it is filled like a balloon. It contracts like this, okay. The contraction, the right ventricle, now it is filled in this way, okay. It contracts in this way. As it contracts, what happens here? In this part here you can observe, okay. Here here also we can observe the valves. The valve is present here. Yes, this is the pulmonary artery. You can observe. This is the pulmonary artery. Here you can observe. Here the valve which is present here, the valve is present here in this portion. Yes, the opening of the pulmonary artery. Here this valve, it opens. Okay, the valve opens. Yes, the valve opens here. Here also you can observe the valve, children. Yes, this valve is called as semilunar valves. So this valve open. As the valve is open here, what happens? Yes, the blood from the right ventricle, it just moves, okay, in this fashion. Okay, the pulmonary artery, okay, the blood, the impure blood passes through the pulmonary artery, and here you can observe the two parts. This one will move to the right lung, and the another tube which is present here will move to the left lung. So the these pulmonary artery, through this pulmonary artery, the blood reaches to the right lung and to the left lung. Okay, I think here you have understood. Yes, so the pulmonary artery takes what it does, it takes the impure blood to it and it reaches to the lungs, to the right lung and to the left lung. So now when we as it reaches to the pulmonary artery, there in the lungs you can observe here. Just I'll draw like this. Okay, in the lungs what happens? I told you the air sacs are present. In the air sacs, the exchange of gases takes place. That is, Now this pulmonary artery, it is carrying the carbon dioxide gas. Okay. So now the air which has entered, it contains oxygen gas. So the hemoglobin, what it does, it here what happens, this here it is being okay, it is being exchanged. The carbon dioxide is given out here, and the another blood vessel, okay, carries the oxygenated blood. Yes, which is that vein which carries the oxygenated blood to, again this oxygenated blood is carried by the pulmonary vein. Can you see, or the pulmonary vein? So this pulmonary here also it is pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein. Pulmonary means this artery, it reaches to the lungs and it exchanges the carbon dioxide, gives out the carbon dioxide to the lungs. This pulmonary okay, vein means it is the vein is coming from the lungs to the, it is connected to the heart, children. Okay. So this pulmonary vein, what it carries? It carries oxygenated blood. It carries oxygenated blood, and this oxygenated blood, it just the oxygenated blood is passed on to the next chamber, that is to the left side of the heart, that is the left auricle. So now here what happens? The left auricle here, children, okay, it is a receiving chamber. It receives the oxygenated blood, that is the pure blood. So from the pulmonary veins, it receives the blood to the left auricle. Now here, as the left auricle is filled, again here you can observe what happens, the relaxation. I told you, no, here how the relaxation of the muscle takes place. Here also the relaxation of the muscle takes place, and here the valve is present, children. Here you can observe, here in the left auricle we can observe the valve which was closed before. Okay, this valve is called as bicuspid valve. It is the bicuspid valve. So the bicuspid valve, now it opens. As it opens, what happens? The blood from the left auricle, it flows down to the left ventricle. Now as it flows down to the left ventricle, here you can observe, okay, here the one more artery, that is the largest artery. Here you can observe the largest artery. Okay, it is called as aorta, which is the largest artery in the human heart, which is connected to human heart or in the human body. If the question is asked, which is the largest artery, aorta is the largest artery which is present in the human body. So now in the left ventricle, again the same process takes place. As the left ventricle is filled with the blood, oxygenated blood, what happens? Again the walls of it creates a pressure. It creates a pressure on the walls of the left ventricle. Again what happens? The left ventricle, it contracts. This is contraction and this is relaxation, children. As it contracts, what happens? Here the wall which is present here we can observe the maternal valve, children. Here this valve, it opens. Okay. As it opens, what happens? The blood which is present in the left ventricle is being taken through the through the aorta, and this aorta, okay, this aorta, that is, it reaches to all the different parts of the body, and here you can observe the oxygenated blood is pumped. The oxygenated blood is pumped to all the parts of the body, and it reaches to all the cells of our body. Understood? So here what happens? Once here it opens, as it opens here you have to learn the function of the valve, children. Here I told you the tricuspid valve is present. As it relaxes, it opens. Once the blood is filled into the right ventricle, it closes again. Close down. It closes. And here, once the right ventricle, from the right ventricle, when the blood reaches to this pulmonary artery, again here it opens, I told you, and again as it is flow down to the, as it moves through the pulmonary artery, again it closes. So here also the from the left auricle, the bicuspid valve, it opens and again it closes. And from the left ventricle, here you can observe the, here also the valve is present. Okay, the opening of the aorta, again it opens. As the blood flows through the aorta, what happens? Immediately it closes. Okay, so here we can observe the 4 valves are present. How many valves are present, children? 4 valves are present. What is the function of the valve? The function of the valve is to prevent the backflow of blood. To prevent the backflow of blood. Understood? So once the blood is flown from the right auricle to the right ventricle, again the blood cannot reach the right auricle. Once the blood flows from right ventricle to the pulmonary artery, again, okay, it cannot reach the right ventricle. Again, when the from the left auricle, once it is flown to the left ventricle, here it closes. Okay, so it cannot go back to the left auricle. Again, from left ventricle to the aorta, again it cannot go back to the left. It cannot come back to the left ventricle. So from this, what you have learnt? We learnt that the 4 valves which are present here are very, very important in the functioning of the, in the that is in the pumping of the blood. Okay, and they prevent the backflow of blood. They prevent the backflow of blood. And this, what I have explained so briefly and slowly, this takes place in a fraction of second. In a fraction of second, the closing and opening, closing and opening of the valves takes place. Here the deoxygenated blood goes on filling here this side the oxygenated, this all takes place in a fraction of second. It takes place. And here we can observe the heartbeat. I think you can observe the heartbeat. This is our wrist, children. This is our wrist. When we just hold one of our arteries, okay, just the green one which we can observe, just you hold it. These are the veins, the green one which we can observe. Yes, there we can observe the two tube-like structures. Just you can feel it. Just hold and you can feel the lub-dub sound of the heart. Okay. So now, how we are getting this lub-dub sound? Yes, this lub-dub sound of the heart, we call it as heartbeat. What we call? Heartbeat. When this lub sound occurs and when this dub sound occurs, here, when the valve of this valve, okay, here I told you the semilunar valves from the ventricle to the pulmonary artery, the valve which is present, when this valve closes, okay, the closing of the valve, the closing of the semilunar valves, when this closes, we just hear the sound of lub. And the valve of this, these are the maternal valves. Okay, that is from left ventricle to the aorta. When it moves from left ventricle to the, here the valve closes, the blood reaches from here to there. So when the valve closes, here we can observe the dub sound. So closing of the valves, of the 2 valves, the closing of semilunar and maternal valves. Okay, so that closing of the valves, we can observe the lub and dub. So just in a 0.8 seconds, okay, that is in fraction of seconds, the lub sound, the dub sound. So here the blood comes, and here also 2 systems, the lub dub, lub dub, lub dub. Understood? So this lub dub sound is recorded as 1 heartbeat, and in per minute in an adult we can observe 72 times. Okay, so the heart makes a sound, that is the, as it pumps, the sound lub dub sound 72 times per minute. Understood? So the heart it beats 72 times per minute in an adult, whereas as the child is born, children, we can observe the heartbeat is increased. Okay, so now here you can observe when the child is born, it is 140 times. As the newborn child is born, okay, the heartbeat, that is the pumping of the heart, that means it has to it has to send the blood, that is the oxygenated blood, to all the parts of the, to each and every cell of the body. Understood? As the newborn, the function of the human heart will be, that is more the 140 times. So imagine the 140 times, the closing of this valve and closing of this valve. So 140 times per minute the newborn baby, the heartbeat has been recorded. So as it grows on, what happens? Okay, so when it reaches to 3 years of age, it is totally grown. So slowly the heartbeat, it reduces to 100 times. Understood, children? So as it goes on, as the child is grown, the heartbeat goes on decreasing. So in an adult we can observe it is 72 times per minute. Okay, what is heartbeat? It is nothing but the lub-dub sound of the heart. What is the lub-dub sound? It is the closing of the walls that are present in the heart. Okay, children? Yes. So this is about the function of the heart. And here I want to tell you that the lub-dub sound is whenever we go to the doctor. Yes, he just records how many times our heart beat through an instrument called, what is it called? Stethoscope. So stethoscope is an instrument, okay, that he keeps in his ears and just touches the heart, and he just records whether the heart is in a minute, whether it beats regularly, okay, or irregularly, just he records. So the stethoscope is the doctor uses this instrument to record the heart beat. Okay, children. So stethoscope is an instrument to measure the heart beat. And you have observed that whenever your parents, if they go to the doctor, if their blood pressure, I think you have everyone heard about the blood pressure. Yes, as in your parents you can observe. Yes, as the age increases, what happens? The blood pressure varies from one person to another person. So here the blood pressure is nothing but the BP. So the BP is also recorded by the instrument. Okay, and here it is been what is blood pressure? Blood pressure is nothing but the pressure exerted on the walls of the arteries. The pressure exerted on the walls of the arteries, children. Yes, artery, as it carries the oxygenated blood. Okay, so the pressure exerted on the walls of the artery is called the blood pressure. And here you can observe the instrument which the doctor uses to measure the blood pressure is nothing but sphygmomanometer. Sphygmomanometer is the instrument used to measure the blood pressure of a humans. Okay, and here the blood pressure is nothing but the pressure the blood, okay, exerts a pressure on the walls of the arteries, and it is called as blood pressure. If the blood pressure of the blood is increased, then the person will be, then the doctor advises that he is suffering from high BP or low BP. Okay, yes. So it is recorded with an instrument called sphygmomanometer. Okay children.